shoot, where are
shoot.
we?
We're in Chutes Provincial Park. It's leg 2 of our Thunder Bay road trip camping adventure in summer of 2025. It's actually just the end of July right now. And we've had 2 nights here. And it's our first time at Chutes, although we will be returning in a couple of weeks for 1 night on our way back down south. So we're in the Seven Sisters Circle. They love alliteration in their campground names around here.
Yes.
Seven Sisters Circle Campground, Site 45. It's not a bad site. The privacy is reasonable, especially for this park. There are a lot of sites that aren't great for privacy.
It's fairly sunny because there's been some trees at the back of the site that have had to be chopped down. So there's a lot of stumps at the back. But yeah, it's a fine site. It's we had more trouble than usual leveling. Yeah.
Pretty slopey site.
Yeah.
So big step up into the trailer. But generally, good site, serviced, so that's been no problem. The power post's exactly where we'd like it to be, so that was handy.
Yeah.
The weather's been quite nice. It's a little chillier this morning, but it had been quite hot.
Yeah, so the chili is a bit of a break.
That's nice. Bugs, okay.
Bugs, okay.
For the,
obviously,
Yes.
I got a bug bite last night, apparently, on my eye. So that's great.
And no trouble getting to the park. The park is very conveniently located basically on the outskirts of the town of Massey. So, very very easy getting in. It's not a big park.
No, and I would say there's not a ton to do in this park, but I guess we'll talk about that in the
coming moments.
In the coming moments, yes.
So I don't think they have any rentals for paddling or anything like that. The water in the park is the Sable River,
which you would not want to paddle.
They in fact discourage you from paddling because there are chutes.
Yes.
And also not much of a park store. The park gate, you can get some Ontario Park swag. Not much in the way of food.
Yeah, but there's no point in having a park store because the closest store is like 30 seconds outside of the park, and then there's lots more stores in the town of Massey, which is basically backs onto the park. So, so you don't need all that stuff in the park.
So, and in fact, you can go and talk to the folks at the park gate, and they will give you a handy map. And as it turns out, very enthusiastic recommendations about where to get ice cream, depending on what kind of ice cream you want. So if you want hard ice cream, then the place to go is Chutes Confectionery, which is just outside of the park. Or if you're in the mood for soft serve, then you can go down the street just a little ways to Poirier's Confectionery.
Right.
They like their confectionery in Massey.
Yes, although they couldn't bother paying for a sign that says confectionery. It's Poirier's Conf.
They sprung extra for the period.
Yes.
Right. And we had some of the ice cream at Poirier's Conf, and it was delish.
Yes.
Hit the spot. So firewood you can get at the gate.
Comfort stations are modern and decent. Well, there's a comfort station for the park.
Right.
Here at Site 45, it's an okay walk there. And before you get to the comfort station, there is one of the many kaibos in the park. And the kaibos are just the regular pit toilet with a sink and soap. But I found them all to be quite decent and not too smelly.
Yeah, and the unlike some of the parks we've been in lately, the kaibos aren't infested with flies, right?
Yeah.
So
very usable.
Good job, Chutes park staff. The fill and dump is located actually quite handy to the comfort station, so you can stop and wash your hands afterwards. I'm looking forward to that later this morning. But it's single lane, dump then fill, so careful of traffic jams.
The roads in the park are above average.
Yeah.
They are that hard top surface, a sort of asphalt,
Right.
and everything seems to be quite well maintained.
Yeah, it's good. Cell service has been a little bit of an issue. You can get text messages and take phone calls from where we are in the park. Getting onto the internet to browse or things like that, not so much. We're kind of in the back corner of the park. If you go up towards the front gate, actually you'll see a few people hanging around at the front gate, which is basically in town, and you can get onto the internet there. So it's not too bad to do.
Which I did.
Right.
Yeah.
So the big activity in the park is hiking. So they have one decent sized trail. It is the Twin Bridges Trail, named because there are two bridges on the trail.
And a good portion of the hike, especially at the beginning, almost half. Well,
A third.
The first third is
37%.
But I mean, coming back is also partly along the river. So my point is, the first third is very much along the river.
Right.
And there's lots of waterfalls and cataracts, rapids to see, and it's very picturesque.
Yeah.
And then we actually hiked the large loop that goes to the east side of the river, and it's a forest walk.
Forest walk. The trail is mostly pretty straightforward. It's not, there's some routes and things to mind, but generally relatively flat most of the time. Pretty well marked. Not a problem in terms of getting lost. There are a couple of places where a trail will branch off, but it's generally pretty clear which way is the right way to go.
And the only really rugged part is between Bridge 2 and the
lookout on the east
the
side.
lookout on the east side. That is some, depending which direction you go, climbing up or down, rugged terrain, so you want to wear decent boots and all that stuff. But it's not like heart pumpy.
And right, but it's hard. It's treacherous. So walking stick.
So you're
and
watching.
Boots advised.
You're watching your feet, and yes, you want a walking stick.
So and they warn you that the trail has some dicey spots, and really that's it.
That is the spot.
Right.
Yes.
But mostly it's a nice little stroll. I think the entire thing, there's some looping, some out and backing, altogether around 6 kilometers. We did it in about 2 hours, so it was a nice leisurely stroll. Stopped to take some pictures and that kind of stuff. But it's a nice trail. The beach, not as much. It's a river beach.
Yeah,
Doesn't seem like it's very well used.
We didn't actually go onto the beach.
You could see it from the trail.
Yeah, so you'd be swimming in the river water, which is more like a tea water, and it has foam on it because there's so many rapids and waterfalls. The foam doesn't come right to the beach, but it's certainly around. So I think it would be fine. I didn't even feel the water to see how cold it is, though.
There is quite a lot of water flowing, so the waterfalls are pretty spectacular. So I imagine there's some possibility that the water is cool.
Yes.
Depending on where it's actually coming from, we have to look at a map and see what's feeding that river. But it's coming at a good clip.
I would swim at the beach, if given.
Yeah, you would.
I would. Joel wouldn't.
No.
So and it's sand. It is sandy. Yeah. And a lot of the soil around here is very sandy.
It's an interesting kind of mix. Like our site is pretty sandy,
yeah,
but there are loamy sections as well.
yeah.
Yeah. So
And
the trail is
there is a beach in town, which I think is the one that people tend to go to. It's on a different river. We haven't taken a look at it yet, though.
Right. That's on the Spanish River, which is a considerably larger river even than the Asable.
Yeah.
So, not much in the way of wildlife on this one. No, interesting. We can hear the chipmunks arguing with one another in the trees, but other than that, not too much. We did have a little bit of new learnings on the Alto.
Yes.
So it turns out we should have read the fine print a little bit closer. The smoke alarm is battery operated, and you need to change the battery once a year. And it's been a little over a year, and it asked to be changed inconveniently in the middle of the night.
Well, I think it has a timer to make sure that if it starts chirping, it's the middle of the night.
There's a light detector or something to let you know. If it's 3 a.m., start chirping.
Yes.
So we had to go find a 9-volt battery.
Which was easy enough in Massey.
Right. There's a Home Hardware actually very close and conveniently located to the ice cream parlor.
Yeah.
So you can go get almost anything you can imagine at the Home Hardware, and then go get an ice cream. So
And there's a small Rona besides, which we haven't looked in.
The Rona is very small.
Yeah.
Also, this is the second stop in our so far of our 2 stops in, and both stops we've found that the shore power cable is just
this much.
Just a wee bit
short.
too short to get to the shore power post. So I'm going to get myself I think they're called a dog leg, that will allow me to use one of our extension cords, because our shore power cable is 10 meters and our extension cords are 15 meters. And 15 meters would have been plenty in both cases, but we need the right adapter to connect to the trailer.
Speaking of Alto experiences, there's the whole fan experience.
Yeah, so here's a pro tip. We our ceiling fan, the Max fan, started making a rattling, rubbing sort of a noise.
Which, was Joel's fault, because he was just commenting the day before about how delighted he was about how quiet that fan is.
The fan has been very, very good until it stopped and started making a racket. So one of the things that we drove into town to get the internet to do was find out what do you do about fixing a noisy Max fan. And it turns out in our case, we had the relatively simple fix of getting the internal screen off. So to get that screen off, there are 4 little tabs holding the ring that holds the screen, and what you do is you rotate those 180 degrees. They're a little bit stiff, but they're meant to turn.
Lefty loosey?
It's not a matter of being screwed in, so you can turn them either way.
Okay.
You turn them, but turn them 180 degrees. If you turn them 180 degrees, then that ring will come off. If you turn it less than 180 degrees, then it's still going to kind of hang up on the tab a little bit. And there was one of the angry squirrels.
Yes.
So get the fan down, and then press down on it so it's sort of dishing downward.
He means the screen.
The screen, not the angry squirrel.
Well, you said get the fan down.
Not the fan. You're right. Get the screen off the fan, and then the problem was, I guess, you can kind of bump the screen, and we had done that, and it was bumping into the fan blade.
Yes.
So,
which, in retrospect, is exactly what it sounded like it was doing.
It seemed like something was rubbing, so
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if maybe the fan had gotten some dirt on it or something, and it threw the balance off, and it was rubbing on the side. That wasn't the problem.
Anyway, it was an easy fix once we learned how to get that screen down without breaking anything.
Right. So we'll have to assemble some sort of an Alto maintenance video and put that in there. But so pro tip for that. There are some sites in the park that we would recommend. There aren't a ton because privacy is an issue in a lot of cases.
A lot of pine forest.
But we'll put some of that in the description and flash a couple of pictures up in the video of some sites that we would come back to. We're coming back in a couple of weeks to the Trillium Trail on Site 123, which we went and had a look at, and it's no great hell, and it's a long, probably driving distance to the comfort station, but that's just going to be a one-nighter on our way back through.
Yeah.
And it won't be bad to do. Something to keep in mind, if you're going to look in particular at Log Drive Lane, there are some sites that are quite close to the river. But even if you're thinking of boondocking, I'd think twice, because the waterfalls are quite noisy.
Yes, it depends on whether you like constant roaring.
Yeah, so you can get constant roaring. I think on our site, it seems like, there's a lot of breeze in the trees sort of background.
That's what it seems
rushing.
like, and then every once in a while you realize, no, wait a minute, we're actually hearing the river.
Hearing the waterfalls.
Yeah, and we're a fair distance from it, so it gets loud.
Yeah. But we're coming back for one night on our way because it is conveniently located very near Espanola, where you would be driving down onto Manitoulin Island from the north.
Yeah. So
that would be an excellent reason to come to this park, is because it's a great waypoint on your way to Sault Ste. Marie or on your way back.
And we have noticed a lot of people having short stays here. And honestly, it's a nice park, but it's not the sort of place that I would want a long stay at, because there isn't that much.
There's there's the one really nice trail. There's not a lot of paddling. No. Not
a bunch of towns around to visit and everything. Just the one. So yeah, but it is a good short stay waypoint park. Excellent for that.
Yeah. Right, there we are.